Get lost, Tenderfoot. I hunt Desert Raid. I don't babysit. Hoping to goad me into talking a bit? All right, what do you want? My name is Doric Quinn. I'm a hunter. I hunt. Is that enough, or should I start listing my family birthdays? If I knew the best place, why would I tell anyone? It would be worth too much to me to let it get out. It doesn't matter anyway. This season has been dry for me, as it has for almost everyone. Perhaps someone else is holding out, but there are simply fewer raid out there. It used to be a one-on-one test, hunter against hunted. Now people just want the credits. I could stomach maybe a pair or a team of hunters, but some now use battle droids. Where's the sport in that? That's not for me to say. I won't be a troublemaker in so small a community. You'll see. Hunt, and you will see. I've tracked wild beasts my whole life, but I've only been hunting here for 5 years. I've much to learn yet. There are hunters that go after the big kills, the crate dragons. I don't know how they do it. I never even see the things. Comad is the one I respect, but I also trust that the only difference between us is experience. I will learn. I don't go telling stories about other people. You want to know what they think? You go talk to them. One word, though. Watch yourself around the Gamorreans. Gurk and his buddies aren't to be trusted. Everyone else I respect because they have skill. Those guys, they go for easier prey. Just watch your back when you hunt. The dragons aren't the only dangers out there. If that's what you want, I'm not sure what you hope to get out of me, though. You'll have to ask around. Comad Fortuna is a much more experienced hunter than I am. He hunts far from Anchorhead. The local Jawas are a good source of information, even if it is hard to understand them. It may cost you, though. Good hunting.
Aw, jeez. I hope this doesn't take too long. Gamorreans like to throw insults around, but they just don't have the smarts for it.
What can I do for you? Did my wife send you? This ain't about credits, is it? Oh, of course. Who put you up to this, my wife? I meant what I said about having no credits. Hunting is a dirty and tough business. What can old Tanis tell you about it? There isn't any. Too many hunters, not enough prey. I can barely keep expenses covered. Maintenance on battle droids is expensive. Of course, it's better than going alone. What if I stumbled on a bunch of sand people? These solo hunters are crazy. What do I care? I need to eat. I also need to pay for parts so the wife can keep the droids running. It's all about the credits. Some guys will talk about honor and stuff, but they still sell their plates to Faza. I guess honor needs creds too. I suppose, but so what? When that resource goes belly up, I'll just move on. I'm just a wandering spirit, I guess. I'm not real popular with the others, but they just fool themselves. They're in it for the credits too. Too long, but it beats smuggling. You ever run into a Sith dreadnought in the desert? No, you haven't. Hell, I married her. No, seriously now. I had this friend that crossed Sith space and got stripped of everything. It's not like I have much now, I guess, but I still prefer sand people to getting ambushed on unproven trade routes. Ah, she doesn't understand me. You know the drill. It's not my fault. She knew who I was when she married me. Uptight and cold like my wife. They don't like me streamlining the hunt with droids. I don't fit in, but I don't let it bug me. The Gamorreans are different. Good rowdy drinking buddies. Girk and his boys, they understand that hunting is a business. Of course they hunt other things than raid, too. Just don't turn your back on them. Ever. Nothing at all. Just keep your eyes on him, that's all. Dorak is reasonable. Komad is a pain, but he keeps his distance. I can tell he doesn't like me much. Ask around the lodge if you want information about the other guys. I don't really talk to him much. Fine, whatever you want. Who knows the planet? I don't know. I guess the sand people. I'm usually running when I see them, though. Sure. My blood. They almost got me last year. Tore up 2 of my battle droids. Wife was mad about that. Took her weeks to fix. Where they got weapons to cut battle armor, I don't know. They act like animals, but they can surprise you. I don't know. Pick a dune and walk. They'll get you soon enough. Smart traders. They've salvaged and sold me my own damaged droids once or twice. They don't say much I can understand. I think they're a little slow, but who am I to judge, huh? Good hunt.
Laboda ni winkis maktoma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuya mi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihonkabi.
Her mother was supposed to be here somewhere. Ask if they've seen her.
Laboda ni winkis maktoma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuya mi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona.
We should try to find her. I doubt she wants to be kept waiting.
Yatuka ulwan kinkuna ba murira rachikun. Mucha shakpangpa.
Something you want? I don't have a lot of time for talk, so please, make it quick. All right, but I'm not sure what I could say to interest you. I just work on the crawlers. I repaired the sand crawlers when they returned from the mines. They get pretty banged up, even without the attacks. The sand people attack them pretty regularly. SWKotOR is getting pretty sick of it, I hear. They've offered bounties on sand people for a while now, but few hunters take them up on it. Too dangerous. Try at the SWKotOR offices right here. They'd know. Oh, the big crawlers head out at dawn. That's so they avoid the bigger predators. The raid, doesn't help avoid the sand people, though. They attack pretty regular, no matter what SWKotOR tries. Well, it's a hole in the galaxy as far as I'm concerned. I doubt this outpost will last much longer. But that's happened before and will happen again. Anchorhead has been resettled a few times now. Well, Tatooine fools people. It looks like it might have a good supply of resources, but it doesn't. Before a company learns this, they've already set up communities to support operations they now can't afford. Company pulls out, cities dry up, and after a few years, someone that doesn't know why it failed tries again. No one is. I guess it looked like a promising mining planet, but the metal, I tell you, it just isn't right. I've been a mechanic my whole life. I've never seen anything corrode as fast as Tatooine metal. It's why whoever was here before left, and why Zerka will leave, and why whoever comes next will leave. All right then, back to work, I guess.
Laboda ni winki smak toma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Uba batu koji. Tong nong bong shang yung yang. Tong patok smak delia. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun ma marulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Undi hadonga chihong kabi. Laboda ni winki smak toma. Wanakun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes.
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Zerka Corporation. I trust you have business with the company. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses. Of course. Zerka Corporation records are available at our representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours, please. For your needs here, we maintain a fully stocked storehouse. Speak with Greta Holda about any purchases. I'm sorry, but day-to-day operations of Zerka Corporation outposts are fully regionalized. I have no information on Kashyyyk. I'm sorry. I'll have to direct you to our representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please. Certainly. Please pose your questions to the representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours, please. I suppose you're right. It's not like you can't tell the state of things just by looking around. Mining operations here have not been a success. The ore is substandard, and there's less of it than surveys indicated. With the Sand People raids on top of it all, it's no wonder this planet has been abandoned before. No one knows. There are odd energy fluctuations on this planet, but they defy analysis or explanation. But the effect is obvious. Ore taken from Tatooine is useless for construction. It degrades incredibly fast. Word is getting out about it, too. We're running out of buyers. Zerka Corporation is not doing well here. The company would be foolish to stay. It will be costly, but in the end, leaving will be cheaper than staying. I imagine all the heavy equipment will be abandoned. It's not worth shipping out things like sandcrawlers. Maybe the Jawas will find a use for them when we're gone. That's a laugh. We can't ignore evidence that Anchorhead was settled more than once before, and abandoned each time. There's probably a century between each attempt, just long enough for records about why it failed to disappear. The Jawas scavenge ancient tech all the time. It's a remote world. Who knows what's here? Very well, though I do have work to get back to. I assume that by out of the ordinary, you're referring to the destruction of Terrace? That is all anyone is talking about. I'm afraid Zerka Corporation is not offering any comment on those events. We wouldn't wish to anger the participants. If you're looking for local events, I suggest you go to the Swoop Track, one of the few leisure industries on Tatooine. There was also a Jawa here earlier, saying something about needing help. I think he's out by the city gates. I can't be more specific about what he wanted. Our droid translators had difficulty with the message. Very well, though I do have work to get back to. As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is. We use them to ensure that only people judged fit by Zerka Corporation are allowed outside the city. We don't allow casual exploration because of legal concerns. Zerka Corporation takes no responsibility for loss of life on the dunes. It's just so we can keep track of people. No one leaves the city without a Zerka hunting license. Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sandcrawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains. Which would you rather have dumped on your office floor? Besides, they're ceremonial weapons, unique to each warrior. It's just as good. Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sandcrawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very well, though I do have work to get back to. Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll. Oh, you mean that Twi'lek? Must have slipped my mind for a second. Yes, of course I remember Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it. We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him. He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances. Zerka Corporation cares deeply for all of its employees. That's why we've started a bounty program to thin the Sand People numbers. We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job. Very well, though I do have work to get back to. Farewell. Zerka Corporation welcomes your future inquiries.
Hey there, what can I do for you? Talk? What is there to talk about? Those Sand People took my brother prisoner. Griff may be a slime, but we have to go rescue him. We can't just leave him with those monsters. I knew I could count on you. There's definite fringe benefits to being friends with a Jedi.
Achua Pengki, Yun Patisa, Dichuba Jikutka Naga, Kingwumwa Mulira Dwana, Kingbani Chalora Kun, Chiwi Aita Kachon Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chuna Mulira, Tangi Wama Jikona, Tonkipa Nonku Nek Abog.
Laboda ni winki smak toma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyari just kuna jitanai. Ina kun marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Hindi hatong chikong kapi. Laboda ni winki smak toma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyari just kuna jitanai. Ina kun marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Hindi hatong chikong kapi. Ayuhan tahong gajak tangki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Kopada kong kwalya gando do nano chuchut. Musha papangpa. Bola wana chitne. Bamuli slemo boda wanga kun bes mulira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihong kabi. Na boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihong kabi. Kuyabi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes.
우리 정말 원한지 말이잖아. 인구도 더 실력을 안 공개죠.
Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Terrace alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Geld Keith. He avfare urisa tufede annevat. Tufedan gelva, norisidan gelva. Tudun tuflafan nivo gelva, norisidan gelva valinugan gelva. Uhdastan gelva, uftan gel Keith. He avfare urisa tufede annevat. Tufedan gelva, norisidan gelva. Tudun tuflafan nivo gelva, norisidan gelva valinugan gelva. Abuelta, kolo tuf nivan rebut, ikel irimon. Uhdastan gelva, uftan gel Keith. He avfare urisa tufede annevat. Tufedan gelva, norisidan gelva. Tudun tuflafan nivo gelva, norisidan gelva valinugan gelva. Uhdastan gelva, uftan gel Keith. He avfare urisa tufede annevat. Tufedan gelva, norisidan gelva. Tudun tuflafan nivo gelva, norisidan gelva valinugan gelva. Kolo tuf nivan rebut, abuelta, kuota. Gelvo tuntusi ni pirongan ikelva. Tufedan gelva, norisidan gelva. Tudun tuflafan nivo gelva, norisidan gelva valinugan gelva. Abuelta. Tufedan gelva, norisidan gelva. Tudun tuflafan nivo gelva, norisidan gelva valinugan gelva. Puntas.
Kakinja nawabakaon. Pichage borang turang. Nada chawa yishun kun. Noba mulira tilai kuka. Kang ibora tong chitsa. Jesko yohaba kaba nopi do ula. Kakinja nawabakaon. Bagwa shong kontimachit Baba Hassan-chan, Noba mulira tilai kuka. Smilia! Tinkuin kuka, patoga yakfuli kukala Gigi! Nikawa dupaka, patisa! Kon mulis limo poi wanga kun viskin. Chi itakanki changa kilikon. Tong hitwama agi inkotune. Potang hiwama ji agi ikotun. Tong panokun, nonek. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Ki mulira kun kin. Kimba no kun nikdota. Chachiska. Topa na otobokasa. Jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smaktoma. Kuyami jusku chitanai. Uchua penki. Topa na otobokasa. Yubabato kanchi. Yatuka ulan. Kakinja na wabakaon. Bagwa shong kontimachit Tong hitwama aki inkotune. Potong hitwama ji aki ikotun. Tong panokun, nonek. Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Ki mulira kun kin. Kimba no kun nikdota. Patoga yakfuli kokala Gigi. Tinkuin kuka. Tong hitwana ji satkat agi inkotune. Chuna mulira. Tong pa no kun nek abong. Kimba no konik dota. Patisa, kava, yun patisa. Chiwa aita kang ki jiyokaku. Uchua penki, tang itwamaji, yuman ak ikatune. Chi ita kang ki chana kilikon. Chiwa aita kang ki. Kakin cha nawabakaon. Bagwa shank konti machit Ciao baso. Achua pengti, yun patisa. Di chuba jikotka naga, kingu mwa mulira dwana. Kinba nikcha lora kun, baba Hassan shan. Noba mulira kilai kuka. Ciao baso, kino mulira ni dubo, tong kinba, no kun neksag.
Go on, leave me alone. I've got stuff to worry about. Racer stuff. Nothing you'd understand. Don't mean to be rude, but it's kind of secret. Ha! Sure. Race your bike out of that explosion? Everyone knows that the whole planet is gone. Nobody got out. I'm not in the mood for jokes, thanks. I've got things to think about. You wouldn't know anything about it. Deal with that Hut Mata and you will understand. Until then, I just don't want to talk about it.
I don't know how the riders do it. I get sick at speeds like that.
Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Agi iko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi mama chikuna. Tong kipa no kunek abog baba Hassan shan. No ba muri ra kilai kuka.
Tangabun shan nang. Wanga kun beast kin ba mularak. Choni yun tun gigi either dwana. Kava vulpa mulji gomana. China pala mule. Tongki ba non tontek. Tuni chachon kun ne mule rapast. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kun no ba muladra ki chichon. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes chi pala mulek. Tongki pa nagnonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Uf mala nibo kurk. Tanga bok sha nagnong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni gigi aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes chi pala mulek. Tongki pa nagnonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Uf mala nibo kurk. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon. Tanga bok sha nagnong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni gigi aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. China pala mule. Tongki ba non tontek. Tuni chachon kun ne mule rapast. Tanga bok sha nagnong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni gigi aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes chi pala mulek. Tongki pa nagnonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Uf mala nibo kurk. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon. Tanga bok sha nagnong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni gigi aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes chi pala mulek. Tongki pa nagnonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Uf mala nibo kurk. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon. China pala mule. Tong ki ba non tontek. Tum ni chachon kun ne mule rabast. Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kun no ba muladra ki chichon. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wanakumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tong ki pa na nonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Wuf mala ni bokurk. Tanga bok sha nak nong. Kin kun shin kin. Nikin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni jiji aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. China pala mule. Tong ki ba non tontek. Tum ni chachon kun ne mule rabast.
Ako Chikopa. Chino mulera king pajak. Snimo puitwana. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes. Chimpayamuri. Kunung gabi. Tuknen tangjo. Kunne mulirabes. Tonga buksha ummenong. Kava volpa mulsli. Kumanabak mulira. Juni yun tunjichi. Aifatuana. Kava volpa murjui. Kumana. Lagoda na rinkis magtona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkavi.
My friend tells the truth. I am a Jedi. Are you going to imply that I am lying as well?
Tonga buksha ummenong. Kava volpa mulsli. Kumanabak mulira. Juni yun tunjichi. Aifatuana. Kava volpa murjui.
Nobody here can compare with the racers who rode against on terrace. You'll wipe every record from the books this backwater track.
Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes, chinfayamuri, kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na rinkis magtona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes, chinfayamuri, kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabes. Jibedwana ni bobo. Tong nabuung siya nun yan. Muchitito aki jijaku. Lagoda na rinkis magtona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes, chinfayamuri, kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na rinkis magtona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes, chinfayamuri, kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na rinkis magtona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes, chinfayamuri, kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabes. Chupakacho nagarn totril, titoki yumabogra. Chikoto kano pawa, titoki graduk. Tangutima, lagoda na rinkis magtona. Inkin slimmo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi. Wangabula, Chila Yunao, Kibis Kansti Tokini, Jibeduana ni Bobo, Tongnanun Shanunyan, Muchitito Aki, Jijaku. Lagoda na Winkis Matoma, Inkin Slimo Podona Mulera Chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi, kipechao na kiniko sendi. Nao kundek turang wangabula, chila yun nao.
And? Sounds like you have something special. What do you want help with?
Lagoda na winkis matoma, inkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi. Rundi hautunga tongkimba ng kungkek. Wana kumbes, chimpayamuri, kunhungkabi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabest.
That isn't fair! On Terrace you had to give a cut to the swoop gang sponsoring you, but at least the rider got the higher share of the winnings.
Lagoda na winkis matoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi, rundi hautunga tongkimba ng kungkek. Wana kumbes, chimpayamuri, kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabest. Lagoda na winkis matoma, yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi, rundi hautunga tongkimba ng kungkek. Wana kumbes, chimpayamuri, kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabest. Lagoda na winkis matoma, yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi, rundi hautunga tongkimba ng kungkek. Wana kumbes, chimpayamuri, kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabest. Lagoda na winkis matoma, yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi. Rundi hautunga tongkimba ng kungkek. Wana kumbes, chimpayamuri, kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabest.
Patoga yak uli ko kala Gigi. Tingkuin ko ka, tong hit wana G sapkat agi inko tune. Chuna muli ra, tong pa nong kunek abog. Ciao baso, Gino muli ra ni dubo, tong kimba, no kunek sag.
Rundi hautunga tongkimba ng kungkek. Lagoda na winkis matoma, lagoda na winkis matoma. Yimno ba mulera kinkunchikun, Muchasak pangpa. Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes jimpayamuri kumungkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulirachikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhungkabi. Ka chubayo kulawish tuchung watakuchu. Yukarel gratuk bograuna. Bograti toki gratuk. Chewe tongtima. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulirachikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhungkabi. Wana kumbes jimpayamuri kunungkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Giokoya wish yumani bajo nipes. Unlati nongutu. Yukail ginotekta. Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Dufnadan delva, Morisidan delva. Tuflag fanyago delva, Morisidan delva, Inuga delva. Der Bundas, Ufter del Krieg, Bundas del Hjälpa. Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Rundi hautonga tongkimba ng kongkek. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulirachikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhungkabi. Motadahat rundi ikchawa tombola joniku. Yomawa manipova Lorda wishwanga shachi. Jinpayamui kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes jibeduanani bobo. Tonmanun shanunyan. Muchititoaki jijaku. Rundi hautonga tonkimbanan konkek. Wana kumbes Jinpayamui kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes.
Chinapala mule, tonki ba non tontek, dunni chaton kunne mule rabast. Chinapala mule, tonki ba non tontek, dunni chaton kunne mule rabast.
Oh, hi. You another racer then? I heard someone new was talking to Mata. Always room for more, I guess. Nice job beating my times, too. I guess my heart isn't in the racing. Contracts are distracting stuff. Sorry, I've been here a few years, but only for the racing. Maybe ask over at Faza's club. The hunters get around. Not sure there's much I could tell you. I mean, you have the track record. Just a few years. I used to run down in the canyons, but nobody sees you down there. I wanted crowds. I've been told I am. I might go pro. I'm looking at some contracts, but that's between me and Mata. If there's anything around, it'll be at the SWKotOR in their office in the center of town. Stock is scarce on this rock. Mata has some basic incentives for good times, which you probably know, but this is just an amateur track. The pro circuit is where the real credits are, but even that is hurting. I guess a lot of riders were on Terrace. Hurried up, all right? I have things on my mind. I suppose you've got a right to know track business, but with the times you've been posting... You did? I don't believe it. I mean, I do, but I sure wasn't expecting it. I appreciate it, I really do. Now I can take my bike to the big races. There's not much of a circuit right now, but I'll be ready when it recovers. Hard to tell. I'll get some more runs here first. I need the practice. I have to top your time. Thanks again. I meant it.
Chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Agi inko tune chunamuli ra. Tangi wama jikona. Tonki pa nonku nek abog. Baba Hassan Shan.
Rundi hautonga tonkimbanan konkek. Lagola na renkes matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautonga konkabi. Rundi hautonga tonkimbanan konkek. Wana kumbes Jinpayamui kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Rundi hautonga tonkimbanan konkek.
Muchachak pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun.
Dijo tonga kun hongami. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek. Tuk ninja tukunne mulerabes. Ka chikun ida hodonga. Iking kuno ba mulera chikun. Slimo podonar di hodonga kun kabe. Tolpa da pongwale kanduna guguchukchut. Kabadum ku pelio tenya. Bonanay kuchu. Hawaga boska chokola. Muchachak panka. Takom jus dak miki grabalmogo. Kachi ita hotunga.
Huh? Who are you then? The only new people that come to Junix Nard's Cantina are longtime losers and bounty hunters. I don't have to tell you why the two don't mix well. Please keep any blaster fire to a minimum. Zerka Corporation only worries about keeping their own stores full. I don't have much on hand. I had a few Zerka employees confide that the company is pulling out of Kashyyyk, leaving as soon as things get difficult, just like they'll do here. What, did some Zerka promoter tell you to come to this planet? I pity you if you were expecting a prosperous mining outpost. Nothing here but sand and more sand. There's a little hunting and racing, but nothing that'll make a small man rich. You got a license here, don't you? Faz's Lodge will be open to you now. Nothing more I can tell you about hunting than his lot won't. And since you got that license from Zerka, you know they look for bounties of their own. They're the ones with credits to pay and interest to protect. All right then. Just keep it brief, will you? I got customers. I suppose you're fishing for a reaction to the destruction of Taris. That's all anyone from off-world is talking about. Well, I'll tell you, it's about time someone kicked the Republic in the tail and got things moving. I guess the Sith are the ones that do it. Don't get me wrong, all those deaths were horrible. The war gets the money moving. Maybe they'll decide to fortify us out here. No. Just no. I don't look for trouble. You'll have to talk to people yourself if you want more than that. If you don't mind? Yeah.
Zerka Corporation should just...
Something you want, Spacer? Go talk to the office if you want to complain about conditions here. I don't want to hear it, you swoop racers. Do you even know what it takes to run an outpost like this? As long as there's flat ground, what do you care? I don't really have any interest in helping you. Will this be quick? Like I said before, I don't much care what you think. I'll be on the street if business keeps dropping, and it will. All right then, make it quick. Nobody we've brought, that's for sure. Our expert said this rock was supposed to have mining potential to last for years. Nothing but garbage ore, good for nothing. You ever try to sell someone garbage? My name's Mud in 3 systems now. Good. I've a lack of business to attend to.
It's not that hard to understand if you listen. It's just odd.
Well now, what can Gandalf do for you? It's been a while since I've had anyone bother talking to me. I saw you down near the track, didn't I? Or was that someone else? I've been distracted by what happened on Taris. Sure, not a problem. Might as well try to pass along some of what I know. my racing days are pretty much done. Ah, something I know. Well, something I used to know. My racing days are behind me. Gandroff is the name. The best place to race is wherever the track treats you sweet and your times are golden. It's that simple. You get hung up on any one track and he'll end up like me. My favorite stop was Taris. Always look forward to going back. Now, I don't want to touch my bike at all. Maybe I wasn't in the winner's circle lately, but I still race for sport, you know? A woman. I never won on Taris, but it was always my first stop on the circuit, and the last if I could help it. That doesn't matter now. You can't ask for more certain closure than the whole planet being gone. Poof, boom, gone. Oh, well, past my prime by any measure. I started late, too. Not like the kids out there now. Some of them are too young. It's a cutthroat business. I've seen some of them burn out after a year. They get dangerous and don't live long. That's not everyone, of course, but it happens. I'm a has-been, I'll admit, but dying while you're on top is still dying. I'll pass. I don't really talk to any of them. I know Zara's from the circuit, and we couldn't ask for a tougher lady. She's smart, too. I don't know the younger guys, but I've been watching Nico. Good to see someone doing it for the love of the race. I don't know, but some people just have something that lets the bike take them. It's like the air stops pushing back. I think you know what I mean. When the wind decides to stop fighting, you felt it. I can tell by your times. All right, then. Ask me again in a few years, and it'll be me. I'm probably not going back out on the circuit. But for now, I don't know any more than the next guy. You should try the locals. Jawas, maybe. Funny little guy. Keep safe. Yep. Seems like tough times are coming.
Ben? I'm sorry, do I know you?
I am here, Mother. But don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where is Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastila. That is part of the reason why I was looking for him.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way? Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for Krayt dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a Krayt dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Don't be insulting. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me. What remains would there be? Krayt dragons are huge predators, easily able to devour a human, and the desert is a harsh environment. Finding my father's remains would be an even more impossible task than finding his holocron. And an ignoble end to a fine man. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
Well, a fresh face for the game. I wonder, would you care to play? My name is Furko Nellis. My vice is Bazak. Ah, I'm sure you do, but I won't have answers. I leave other people to their business, and they leave me to mine. Really, you'll have to seek information elsewhere, but if you want some recreation, I've cards ready to play. Must I? An opinion would draw attention to myself. The Sith have shown what happens to things that draw their attention. Ah, very good. Would you care to wager on a game? Well, since you have never beaten me, we'll make this for a paltry 50 credits. No bargaining now. This is serious. To be fair, I'll use my practice deck as well. I don't want to scare you off, you understand? Haha, very good. Now, don't worry if I beat you too harshly. It is a learning experience. Would you like to have another round of Bazak? I mean, I don't want to say that it was beginner's luck, but you should play again to truly get a feel for the game. All right, but remember that there isn't much fun on Tatooine that isn't life-threatening. Come back if you like a game.
How can I help? About my mother? I'm unsure. I seem to find it difficult to remain objective when it comes to her. I find that disturbing. We've more important things to do. Still, my father is dead. Just because we find the holocron doesn't mean I have to give it to her. Father recorded all his personal thoughts in that holocron, even when I knew him. Having it would be like having him with you. I don't see why she deserves it, however. She drove him to his death. I loved him, and I didn't even have a chance to say goodbye. I don't know. Part of me would keep it just so she didn't get it. I don't like that part out of me. I would have thought my Jedi training would have put me past this kind of pettiness. I really don't want to think about this. Please, let's just keep going.